Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the Sunwell trash farm. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the Sunwell trash gold farm. This one is really simple in order to do. All you have to do is pull up Loot Appraiser and just start your session. You'll be wanting to gather up all of the mobs up until the first boss. Now this can be a little bit tedious because some mobs don't like to aggro fully, not sure why. However, when you're actually doing this, just try and your best to actually gather them up in a relatively fast manner, otherwise you get frozen in place like what's just happening with me. Alongside that, once you've actually done all of that jazz, you will have to then just gather up the mobs in a simple manner. That being said, I patched back this, and basically what I do is I run up to this point here within the first area and wait for all the mobs to pool into separate areas. You always have that one warlock on the right hand side. However, once they've actually all gathered together, you can then just boom, done and done. The main ticket items that you're actually farming for when you're actually farming this particular dungeon up is all of the high-end transmog that you can actually get along with this. This means recipes and high-end transmog. You'll be very lucky to get a hold of some of these items. However, it does pay off quite well in the long term if you're actually farming this on a consistent basis. I find that this is a great one for going for high ticket recipes and transmog. A lot of the low tier greens don't sell for an awful lot, so it's really not worth putting it on the auction house even if you're doing volume transmog selling. That being said, when I actually prefer to actually farm this up is mainly because of all the extra additional reagents you actually get from just in general from farming this dungeon up, because you get a wide variety of TBC materials that actually come along with this, which you can then sell on the auction house as well. So it works pretty well in both respects. Now, for obvious reasons, the material market is a little bit lower than it used to be because of the auction house merge. This isn't that much of a problem though, as a lot of these materials are still staying relatively the same in the grand scheme of things. We need to bear in mind that this gold farm is heavily RNG based. That means that if you're actually farming this on a consistent basis, then you're most likely going to get some of the high ticket items. Once a run is complete within around about 2 minutes 49 seconds, you'll be wanting to dream walk in and dream walk out. You can also, providing this, do the monk's ability of meditate in and out of the dungeon as well to reset the instance as you so wish. That being said, if you are any other type of class that cannot port in and out of the dungeon in a relatively easy manner, then unfortunately you're going to have to double back on yourself and run back out of the instance. This will roughly take you around about a minute in order to get back out of the instance overall. Once I've actually done that, all you have to do is reset the instance once again, and other than that, it is mainly just rinse and repeat. When it comes towards this dungeon in particular, I only come here when I'm farming, when I really want to farm up some high ticket TBC items. You also still run the chance of getting things like the recipe for the Fell Steel Longblade. If we check on the auction house for some of these patterns that actually can drop from this raid, is the Fell Steel Reaper recipe for 699,000 gold, 600,000 gold for the Fell Steel Longblade, and the Black Fell Steel Bracers for 243,000. These recipes sell really well, and you can make a decent chunk of gold just by selling the recipe on, as they're quite hard in order to get a hold of. Other than that, guys, a nice quick little gold farm for you all to check out. And other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.